Jerry Jones just absolutely put Mike McCarthy and everybody else on this Dallas Cowboys coaching staff on roast. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, where we're tooling around town on a chilly beginning to the NFL weekend. And speaking of chilly, or is it hot? Jerry Jones's response on 105.3 The Fan on Friday to the idea of Mike McCarthy job security, I would say that was chilly. And although it is probably not wise to predict that Mike McCarthy is getting fired, the seat is hot. So yes, both things can happen at one time, both extreme temperatures. Jerry dismissed some of the questions that didn't have to do with the performance of the coaching staff. For instance, the question about why don't we use the curtains at AT&T Stadium. And I don't dismiss those. I think those things matter. I think Jerry very cleverly said, I got 10,000 things to worry about more than that. And that's true, but that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be on the list. And he's got a full plate. That's part of being an 8 billionaire. If you don't like it, I'll take some of it. I'll take some of the burden off you, Jerry. In the meantime, obviously, the performance of the coaching staff is top of mind for him. And while Mike McCarthy thinks that penalties are job one, it's pretty clear that Jerry thinks that coaching staff decisions, that's job one. He pointed out that he did not like the idea that we're going to make some adjustments this offseason, as McCarthy has talked about, making the point, no, we need you to make those in season. We need things to happen as they happen. And that is a roaster. He talked about how that Dak Prescott's a Super Bowl quarterback. He did point out, however, that this offense tended to find ways. If you took away Amari Cooper, then we didn't throw to Amari Cooper. And he thinks that's a bad idea. And he specifically mentioned Cooper. But, of course, we could say this about CeeDee Lamb. We could say this about the usage of Tony Pollard. We could say this last year about the usage of Zach Martin and Randy Gregory, two names to be specific. Donovan Wilson would be on that group as well. So endorsing Mike McCarthy? Nope, not today. Jerry's not in the mood to do it. And he said, I've got a lot to think about. I've got a lot to think about regarding this coaching staff. He's got 29 of them. Now, again, you can go through 29 guys and pick and say, I decided I don't like that one. That one didn't do the job. He's too inexperienced, whatever. And, of course, a couple of them are changing. Dan Quinn almost certainly going to change in a way that Jerry wishes didn't happen. But an endorsement for Mike McCarthy, who says that he can look in the mirror and say, I know how to win in this league. I know how to win in the playoffs. I know how to win championships. Mike McCarthy can look himself in that mirror and say that. When Jerry Jones looks at that same plate of glass today, at this moment, he is not seeing the same thing. So we continue to stay open-minded about Jerry doing it this way because he's miffed, Jerry doing this way because he really is contemplating changes, or Jerry doing it this way because he's milking the moment for everything it's worth. And then there's two subplots there. This is like writing an outline in school, isn't it? The two things under that is, yes, he's milking it for everything it's worth because, A, boy, this is great publicity. The Cowboys are still the number one story in the football country. Or two, he's milking it because, no, I'm not going to fire Mike McCarthy. But McCarthy talked about how he's going to do something about the penalties. And Michael Irvin tells us the way to do it is fear factor. Scare the players, intimidate the players into doing a better job. Maybe that's what Jerry's doing to Mike McCarthy. Fear factor for McCarthy from Cowboys ownership. For now, in Frisco, thanks for subscribing to what we do. Please spread the word. We are going to hit 50,000 Cowboy Nation members at the Fish Report by Valentine's Day. That'll be our gift to one another. Fish out.